So when we're looking into the subject of sacred relationship, of a particular form of partnership, where two come together and they feel, oh my goodness, this is where sparks fly. This is this open heart connection. This is this love, this embrace that I have just been fantasizing with, perhaps the kid, and just imagining this particular partner coming into my life. Is this actually possible? Are we actually able to attain sacred partnership within this life? It absolutely is possible. It certainly is a very large alignment that we are looking for, and that it can be brought together in harmony. But there's a lot of things for us to firstly understand regarding it. And that really just comes together in the simplistic basis of getting us to fall in love with ourselves. This really is the aspect. This is the key. This is truly the open door that represents sacred partnership altogether. When we are aligning together with ourselves, when we discover more about who we are, about how we understand more about what we're going through, what are our likes, what are our dislikes, how are we working upon ourselves, this is best described as how we are looking into the self-tapestry. And as we start to look into the self-tapestry, we're realizing what love is to ourselves. And perhaps we're starting to see areas within ourselves where love is lacking. And it's through these particular alignments that we notice, when we say, oh my goodness, I feel like I have had this particular form of challenge with myself of really being able to open up, go that extra mile relating to love and self-care and self-appreciation. When I start to do that, and I start to see the example of what I'm able to become relating to those, now I have the opportunity to attract a person within my life, that really amazing, wonderful partner. And as I'm starting to work on myself, as I'm starting to integrate into my own self-tapestry, now I'm realizing exactly what another partner can teach me. And that's really what we're going through in regards to sacred relationships. We're starting to get to know ourselves very well. We're starting to align ourselves into some really amazing understandings, events taking place, a lot of adventures that are coming together within our life. We're starting to understand exactly how we tick. We're starting to see exactly our own psyche come together. As I know myself, I will know exactly what type of attraction is suitable for me. When you're attracting that particular loving, sacred partner, there's a type of humility to it. If we ever try to attract a partner through extremes, oh my goodness, I badly need a woman, or I badly need a man, right? All of this extreme point of view. Then what we're doing is we're noticing to ourselves that there is an aspect of void. There's an aspect of loss pertaining to ourselves because we're love-starved. We're not getting enough of that love throughout our particular reality. We're not seeing it externally, and we're not willing to look inside ourselves, and so we feel like we're just completely starved, hungry for that particular love. This partner will come together and they will complete me. No. Because if we look into the idea of a sacred relationship and feeling that one who feels completely inadequate with themselves, who have not been able to tap into their self-tapestry, who feels that they need another person to come through to complete them, is only going into a feedback loop. That's the whole idea. That's the trick, as it were, pertaining to sacred relationships, is that if we're feeling that we're moving into this particular aspect of feeling, oh my goodness, I'm starved for attention, I'm starved for love, what can I do, etc., etc. We're basically telling ourselves that we, ourselves, are inadequate for love. And so we need to have some other particular person to come along and feel that they need to step in and say, okay, they're my love beacon. They're the one that's going to shower me with love. This is where you become overwhelmed, because you can certainly ask for a particular partner like that. You can ask for somebody, man or woman, whatever your orientation is, and being able to attract that person into your life, and now they start saturating you with this love. Oh my goodness, this is exactly what I asked for. This is the type of person that I've wanted to have come in my life, because he or she is so rich with love. They're showering me with this love. And now I don't know how to reciprocate that, because I've been so love-starved. I've been so hungry for this particular type of external love. I don't really know how to reciprocate or respond to that through my own inner being. And this relates to calamity. This is the scale tipping over, and this particular relationship can fail. So what is it that can allow that particular type of relationship bond, that relationship alignment to take place? Again, it's looking into our self-tapestry. Here's the feeling. I do feel complete. I am capable of a great deal of love. I realize I'm still working on myself and I have a long way to go, but I realize that I am working on myself. I enjoy having a partner together with me because this is going to help me see more of myself through their perspectives. And this is what I appreciate. And I know I'm going to be of service to them in the exact same way because now I'm showing what they feel they need to work on, what lessons they need to go through, and also being able to show a lot of joy for what they want in a partnership as well. Now the scales are starting to balance. Why? Because we're bringing about equivalent exchange pertaining to partnership, right? That's the whole key, is that if you know I'm already complete, I'm already feeling great about who I am, I know I have a lot of love, I know I'm still going through challenges, and I'm willing to face them. And if you're in that particular type of mentality and you're saying to the universe, yes, I would like to attract a partner like this, who would really have these particular types of tendencies as well, who's really starting to feel that particular type of balance, then this is really what can transform a lot of things around. So this is basically you admitting your self-alignment before the idea of relationship alignment can come together. This is you looking into your tapestries of self and saying, who am I? Where do I feel I am in this moment? Can I offer that particular love just by being myself? Can I really start to form a very powerful self-based relationship first before I feel I am able to attract a partnership like this? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. It is all about openness and compatibility in a relationship. Because if you feel that there is a skew, if you feel that something happens when you're meeting this partner of yours and he or she sounds like a great person, they're very enthusiastic, they're very loving, they have a great personality, they have a great attitude, but there's just something not right. There's just something that's not there. But maybe you just choose to ignore that. Maybe there's just a feeling that there isn't that heart-to-heart connection. There isn't that soul-to-soul bond. Not to say that there's anything wrong with the partner themselves. They are very, very loving, they are very attentive, and they feel like they have a great life together. But there's just not that, it factor, right? This can happen, and this is basically part of an openness and compatibility alignment. Just because someone may feel like they have a really great personality, they vibe very well together with you, maybe they too are spiritual like you're spiritual, but you just feel that there's just not that essence, that it factor isn't there. It's about respecting that decision. So when we're looking at openness and compatibility, what is the catalyst pertaining to that nature? It's intuition. You're letting your intuition be your guide. There are a lot of wonderful, open-hearted, loving women and men out there, most definitely. But that doesn't mean that just because someone is open and someone is very loving and very, very affectionate towards you, that's going to lead to something in regards to a successful, sacred partnership. Because there's still something that's not quite there. There's something there that represents a lack of essence. There's that particular feeling, well, I just don't know, in regards to the feeling about how he carries himself, how he presents himself. I feel that maybe there's something there that he's not sharing with me. I feel that there's just that energy that if we start to get involved with this, something may skew. Your own intuition is the key to allowing yourself to realize this is the ideal partnership. You have to listen to your heart, you have to listen to your gut feeling. You just know. It's just those things to say, well, maybe that's to say that we can just be friends. There can be a really good, strong friendship here. That can certainly be possible. And, again, it's just being able to look into the idea of true compatibility. It's not the resume pertaining to how this person presents themselves, about them being physically attractive or feeling that, oh yeah, they're spiritual as well too, they're healers as well too, they like a lot of the same stuff that I like. That's great, fantastic. Doesn't mean that's going to be a successful relationship, right? When you really just start to go on, let's say a first date with this person, be very, very intuitive. Align to those energies of how this person is. Not so much in regards to what they tell you, whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, whoever it is, on both parties. Just be intuitive in regards to how they present themselves to you. They may, again, have a lot of great external traits. They may have a lot of interests, a lot of commonalities with you. That's fine. But if you feel that there's just something there that's not quite right, it's not about feeling, oh, you know what, okay, they're spiritual, they're healers, I'm a healer too, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be involved with them. I think this is going to be great, right? I have certainly fallen into those particular forms of situations as well too. And that's been a big challenge because you feel that you really like this person, they have all of these great traits, all of these great attributes, they talk well, they're great, charismatic and open-hearted, but there's just not there. And so you really need to respect that aspect of intuition because you feel you just want to dive head first into this and feel, oh, what the heck, you know, it's just my crazy ego going out of control. And you just dive into this, and now you see that the relationship falls apart because there was no connection. There was no open-hearted compatibility there. They may have seen this as well too and didn't want to say anything to hurt your feelings, but then again, something else happens. So when we're looking into the idea of openness and compatibility, we're letting the heart do the decision-making process here. The heart is the one that's deciding exactly, should this be a partner that really represents myself? Because again, as I start to know my own inner self tapestry, I will realize exactly where there is that click. This is where openness and compatibility is at its strongest peak. The minute you locked eyes with that other particular partner and they lock eyes with you, bam, there's just this incredible synergy. There's a synergy that comes together, and you just know that there's something so special with this person. You can feel in your heart starts to beat really, really fast. You feel like these energies are just intensifying. You feel that time itself is slipping away. You feel like it's just you and this other person that's contained here in this moment, and everything else within reality fades away. It's like a hologram. You just notice that all these particular facets of reality just start to dissolve out, and there's just this moment. There's this excitement, there's this inspiration, there's this essence of connection that is so powerful. This is this openness compatibility where intuition is saying, yes, 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 this is it. This is the type of relationship. This is the type of connection that you have looked at, that you are looking to achieve within yourself. This is how you have studied your own inner tapestry, your inner self tapestry, and you've seen it, and you know it just comes alive. That's great. That's the now moment surprise, so to speak. Just having this amazing encounter, this amazing experience with this other woman, with this other man, and being able to feel this lighter than air floating out of your body, reality dissolving moment. And that is a great sign. When you have that, it's amazing. I have certainly had that, and I still do have that. And it is an amazing feeling. It's incredible just being able to see all of reality just be able to fade away. And it's like God and goddess, God and God, goddess and goddess come together. Love in its purest essence coming together. And now the two of you are the only ones that exist in your universe. That is love. That is compatibility. That is your tapestry saying, let it present. And here it is. When we're getting into sacred relationship, it's together for one single purpose. Relationship is about complement. That's it. It's not about anything else. You are together because you are the complements to each other. Now, complements are basically telling you everything you want to know about yourself. They are sharing with you the parts that are an embrace for yourself, and they're also helping you to understand more of the challenges that you're looking to embrace, and they want to assist you. There's no hidden agendas behind a relationship that is fully immersed in complement. If there's a person that says, oh yeah, I met this girl and I'm just looking to get laid and blah, 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 blah. There's no complement in this, right? That's not what this is about. And that doesn't even really lead to a relationship, period. That's just lustful partnership in that way. And that's not what this is about. This is looking into the idea that sacred partnership is all about being able to complement each other, to looking into the idea that you enjoy spending time with each other. And it comes down to a very simple principle as well. You are independently dependent. You are dependently independent, right? Which means you are in great love when you are together. You are also in great love when you're not together, right? That's the whole idea. There's no feeling of jealousy or animosity or anxiety pertaining to those those two people disconnecting or feeling that they have to go their own separate ways, to go to work, to go on a trip, to be with family, etc. That's okay with them. Say, hey, that's all right, huh? You go ahead and you have a great time at work today. Wishing you all the best. I'm just sending you love and spirit. I hope you have the most amazing day possible. And vice versa, right? Being able to connect in that particular type of energy, because you don't, quote unquote, need your partner. You are your partner. That's the whole idea. You're just seeing that your partner is not someone who is outside of yourself. You certainly see them in their body. You see them, externally in reality, but you're always carrying them in here. They're always with you. So it doesn't matter if they're in your local area or maybe if they're somewhere across the world. You're able to feel them all the time. You just know that there's this beautiful partnership, this beautiful alignment that comes together. And no matter what's happening, whether you two are together physically or whether you're in distance, there's still that feeling of love. There's still that feeling of connection. And of course, there is that question saying, well, you know what, Brad, I still like to have that physical encounter with that partner. Of course, absolutely. You certainly can. But the whole idea here and what's being shared is that the power between yourselves, regardless of whether you're together or whether you're not, remains together in equilateral foundation, which means that the power of the love that you both have is so strong and so well connected that no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you always feel it. You know that there's no jeopardy in a relationship like this. There's no feeling of jealous spouse or anger, etc. like that, about getting on each other's nerves, because that's not the nature pertaining to your partnership. And if there is a partner who is troubled when there's a sacred relationship like this, that other partner will feel when that other partner is troubled. They will feel when they're going through certain forms of emotional states, because you have basically bonded yourself into such a loving, telepathic connection that if something is troubling another partner, that partner will attempt to contact that other partner, be any particular forms of means, and saying, hey, I noticed that there's just something I'm feeling within myself, and this is the feeling I'm sensing. Is that something that you're going through right now? Oh, yes, I've had a horrible day and this and that, and now your partner's there for you. And now I'm saying, okay, well, hon, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and they're just basically sharing a moment of peace, and doing perhaps a meditation over the phone or whatever it may be, just being able to comfort each other with their voice. That's another thing. As soon as I feel your presence on the line, I'm in heaven. I'm in complete bliss. That's it. That's the whole idea. That's the partnership. Because again, this is just another aspect of you that's coming through. Your partner is you. You are your partner. And there is no feeling of an external form saying that, well, what happens if he or she cheats? Or what happens if he or she meets this other girl or guy? Or et cetera, et cetera. And that just goes into a detachment pertaining to the entire sacred relationship. When you know that you have that feeling, when your partner knows that he or she has that feeling within themselves, they are with you for life. It's as simple as that. As long as that can continue to be nourished, as long as that energy that you felt when you first met is relived in every single moment that you're together. And as long as that becomes continuous, as long as that is continuously nurtured to the point where that love continues to thrive, you're in complement. That's the relationship complement that you're looking for. And so this is really what represents the epitome pertaining to relationship. And of course, there's a feeling as well too that, well, within relationship, do I need to work on things with them? Do I need to feel that if there's something about them that I don't particularly like, that I have to try and change them? No, because you can't change anybody. And again, that's the whole part, is it's not also about the feeling that if there's something within a relationship that you feel not personally comfortable with. Maybe it's about the past partners that they've had, or maybe it's about the job they do, etc. Of course, you can always share ideas with them. But it's also being able to teach you something in regards to what you may feel you're holding on to pertaining to an insecurity. And so if this is, again, that dream partner that you felt you had that enriching now moment with, and you're noticing that there's still these things around him or her that may just be troubling to yourself, and that hasn't shown in the relationship. You're noticing that the two of you just get along so well, you get around so together, but you're noticing these things together. It can sometimes just be a reflection back to you and saying, can you forgive that aspect of your partner? Maybe in that sense of him having these many partnerships in the past, maybe in that sense having this kind of severe breakup, maybe doing this kind of work where he may be far away from you, etc. Are those aspects of yourself that you can forgive? Can you still see a very strong sacred partnership into that particular type of alignment? You feel that that becomes harsh, that there's no real type of negotiation there, has nothing really to do with the partner. The partner is just being openly honest with you and sharing exactly what his or her background has been, and being able to look at that and saying, can I look into that and forgive this because this is what I have experienced with my partner. So it's not being able to feel that you have to change them. Again, when you're in that moment, when you're here and now, and you feel that serenity in the moment, nothing needs to be changed. It's how you change yourself. It's how you align to yourself. Because granted, there can be certain things that happen within a partnership in regards to a person's past or in regards to how they still do something, maybe habitually, that may be uneasy to us. And again, we can always share ideas, we can always provide innovations and suggestions here, etc. But we're not trying to change anybody. Maybe we just want to know more about that particular thing. Oh, well, okay, you're a smoker, so what made you smoke, right? Maybe that's a pet peeve you have, saying, oh, okay, he's the most amazing guy or girl on the planet, but he smokes, and I just can't stand people that smoke, right? But other than that, it was like this serenity moment. It was love completely. So you need to negotiate and talk to that person. Well, you know what, hon? You know what? I adore you so much, but can you tell me more about your smoking habit? What has happened? What has got you into smoking, right? And this is where you're, again, showing that love. You're being that love. You're being that reflection. If you're concerned about something, it's not about burying it all the way down and saying, no, I'm going to hurt his or her feelings if I try to bring this up. No, because this partnership is all about loving trust, right? It's not about saying, all right, you big dork, come on, you're smoking your butt off, and trying to lay into them harshly, right? That's not the whole idea. You want to be able to open the platform and still feel that your partner is knowing that you care about them, you care about their health, you care that that they're smoking here, and that you want to have a conversation with them and being able to get clarity on this particular situation, because it may also be something that you feel you would like to help them out with as well too, and helping them to embrace more about the love that you guys are feeling. So absolutely, you guys will encounter challenges. Every relationship will have challenges. But it's not feeling that you need to beat someone over the head with such effort to feel that a relationship needs to work. If you're feeling that that's the mentality, that you need to have such an effort into keeping a relationship thriving, your relationship will fall apart imminently. And that's not the idea. It's not about the idea of saying, I've worked so hard to keep this relationship together, and that's why it's falling apart. The universe does not work in regards to a state of overstraining effort. Absolutely, creativity is a wonderful, amazing thing, and it certainly does bring in some creative power and some creative effort. But it's not coming to the point where there needs to be such overage, such over voltage pertaining to putting so much effort into something and straining yourself to try and hold it together, like a person that's holding a building together and acting as a foundation pillar. It's eventually just going to collapse under its own weight, and you'd be squashed along with it. That's the same thing if you feel you have to overstrain yourself and completely go the extra mile to try and keep this relationship together, because again, that's only showing inadequacy and insecurity to yourself. I need this relationship. I need to keep this together. It's because of our money situation. It's because of how we live. It's because of the house we have. It's because of the children we have. I have to make this work. I have to make this work. You're just basically, putting a time bomb in that area and just waiting for it to go off, right? That's the whole idea. Sacred relationships do not need that strain of effort. It doesn't work that way. There will always be challenges. There will always be negotiations. There will always be communication. Absolutely. But it's not at the point of feeling that you have to overstrain yourself so much to realize that maybe what you once had is no longer there. Maybe that person has decided to go upon a new path. Maybe you've decided to go on a new path as well too. And in that sense, that's part of the cell dividing. Just because you have that feeling of bliss, of that moment of enjoyment, doesn't mean that that's going to last forever. As mentioned, it's about being able to create and represent that energy and allow it to grow and nurture and expand for that particular relationship to function the way it is. It may be something where that situation was only very short term and that you came together for a certain amount of time because this is what you needed to learn from each other. That can happen as well too. Absolutely beautiful moments. But if that particular energy pertaining to that moment cannot be expanded and nurtured, then this is what can often happen, is the idea of division. It can certainly happen. So again, the whole key is, can you continue to relive in that moment of bliss, in that wonderful, serene now moment? And can that continue to happen? As long as that continues to happen, your relationship will indeed be divine. So with sacred sexuality, this is some things that I basically had to reserve myself in sharing a little bit, because what we were about to discuss here pertaining to sacred sexuality is the most powerful form of energy in the universe. And that this particular type of energy is not meant to be contaminated, or feeling that there needs to be lustful energies brought into this, or the feeling that, again, sexual energy is being able to meet one's own carnal desires in that certain way. This is very, very important to understand, that when you are working together with sacred sexual energy, you are dealing with the universe's most powerful form of energy there is. This is pure creative energy. And so it's very, very important that when we're talking about sacred sexuality, that we're looking into an appropriate alignment about how this is used. This is used through love. This is used through appreciation. This is about respecting the goddess. This is about respecting the God within the man. Both parties are equal. So it's really being able to look into the idea here about how that love, appreciation, and respect is given, and looking into how sacred sexuality can certainly assist in regards to the increasing of manifestation, to the voltage, as it were, pertaining to manifestations coming together as a couple. But when you're getting very heavily involved with sacred sexuality, it's being able to completely open yourself up and trust yourself entirely with your partner. And if there are any particular concerns, of course, it's always very important to voice that with your partner before going into any particular types of rituals or any other types of formats relating to sacred sexual practice. Well, what are some of the really good sacred sexual practices that one can try? It's a big list. Something like massage is really, really great. Something like being able to work together in yoga postures is very, very good. There's, of course, the Kama Sutra, which is very, very good. And of course, there's a lot of different forms. It's all about being able to feel where you personally bond with. Being able to create a portrait together in that sense can actually have some type of, again, very, very strong bonding together. It's maybe kind of pre-sacred sexuality, but it's being able to work together in many different forms where you feel intimate together. Where you're actually basically looking at erotica or anything like that that you may feel is helping you to understand the bonding, the energy of the feminine and the masculine coming together, the goddess and the god coming together. So you have to decide exactly where you feel you want to begin these energies that you want to establish between each other. And again, that the openness and the trust truly is the key here, that you are willing to open up your heart and realizing that this is not attempting to bring about any type of lust. You know, a lot of us guys, for example, can get very, very lustful in thinking that, oh my goodness, we're going to finally have sex tonight. This is going to be so amazing, right? And then there's a lot of those lustful thoughts that do come in. Let's be honest, we're guys, very commonly, that does happen, absolutely. So it is basically looking into what is one good way that we can start to align this and really starting to see the sacredness in each other. That can start with a self-meditation. That can just being able to be together in a couple, together in a room, and just being able to do heart-based meditation. Being able to place your hand on her heart, being able to have her place her hand on your heart. and being able to just feel each other's energy and just moving into that God and goddess spark. That the goddess is something that is truly to be appreciated. She is just a sacred vessel herself, and she is a pure, beautiful form of energy that is bonding together with her God counterpart or goddess counterpart. Again, all depending in regards to sexual orientation, right? So you may have two goddesses, you may have two gods, you may have a god and goddess. Whatever you feel is, again, appropriate for your situation. But really being able to feel that energy and feel that connection, feel the heart space. The more that you can just feel yourself that the body is translucent, it's opacitated, it's a transparent form. And it's like I can see every form of reality that is flowing between the relationship of my goddess, the relationship of my God, and being able to flow through us. We feel that reality is now just a part of ourselves. We feel that this energy is so divine, so loving, and that when I touch her or when I touch him, there's just this energetic appreciation of bliss. There's this energetic appreciation of love. And again, you start to go deeper and deeper into that level of meditation, into that level of massage, into that level of sexual co-creativity, whatever that may be. And being able to just feel her or his body and just being able to feel the energy centers, feel exactly where intuition is telling you, and let intuition guide the way. You may not even have a particular thought within your mind. You just know exactly what you're going to do to honor your goddess, to honor your God, and being able to connect in that harmonious way. So again, when we're looking into the depth of sacred sexuality, we're looking, of course, into the power of the orgasm, right? This is the most powerful sensation. This is the most powerful energetic that we have ever felt out of anything else. This is basically it for us. And that the orgasm is a reconnection. It's not just the idea of a physicalized sensation. A lot of us just attach to the physical sensation of the orgasm, and there's so much more than that. Orgasms create worlds. They create universes. They are dimensional creativity altogether. Everything that we understand creation to be was created through energy like this. And so it's really being able to work together and holding together in that moment where there is that God and goddess connection, where it's not just looking at the physical bodies. It's not just paying attention to the lower three chakras here. It's not just looking into the root, into the sacral, into the solar plexus. We want to move into the entire scope. We want to be the full alignment of feeling that I am physicality. I am the emotional body. I am the mental body. I am the spiritual body. I am the essence itself. We are becoming one. We are becoming creator incarnate. We are becoming creator here within the matrix. We are able to move beyond the matrix. We're able to see the observation of all creation. And in this moment, anything is possible through the love that we share that is there climaxed through the idea of the orgasm. So this is, again, something really to take into consideration. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's more so just giving a bit of an idea about what is the aim, what is the goal. Sometimes just the goal is just to be together, to be as one, to feel that sacredness within each other, and feel how the energies, the love, the connection bonds so sacredly together. So there's many different ways about how this can be expressed, but the importance here is looking into the idea of the love factor. How deeply can you go with each other, and not feeling that you have to, again, stare so much at the body and saying, oh my goodness, my girlfriend is the most beautiful one ever, look at her body and all that. That's fine, but it's being able to look more so into the idea of her heart, her soul. Her body is a complement to the tapestry of her soul within herself. And again, the goddess is looking in the same way of her God, looking into the idea of the beauty of everything that he is and how she is giving her heart completely to him and being able to feel this loving connection that comes together. So sacred sexuality is basically just a part of the title itself. How sacred can you be in your lovemaking? How sacred can you really show appreciation to your goddess? Not in the feeling because this is something that's just attempting to satisfy some type of carnal desire, but being able to really connect in the deepest levels possible with your goddess, with your God, and feeling that bond and imagining what is it like before we even get started to connect as one. and let yourself be that goal. Let that goal be part of the entire experience, to connect as one in the most sacred, loving way possible, and explore each other, realizing you're two beautiful temples coming together to form one temple of loving light, of loving essence, and explore that feeling. This is again all part of why you are together. You're here to grow, you're here to expand. It's not to say that the moment you feel that serenity within the now, that's it, that's as far as it's going to go. It's not going to get any better than this. It's always going to get better than this. And that's the whole idea. That's the challenge. That's why we're together in partnership. We're the complement to see exactly how far we can expand each other. We get to know each other. We see each other's amazing strengths. We see each other's weaknesses. We see inadequacies within each other. And we're still able to love that person because we realize we're not perfect. We realize that we have a lot to work with in this world, on this planet, and that we're here together to assist, to really bring out that particular love, that essence all together. It's not about feeling, oh my goodness, this person is my twin flame, this person is my soulmate, etc., etc. Those are all nice fancy words. I've never really subscribed too much into the idea of a twin flame, of a soulmate, or anything like that. It's really being able to look into that there are many different terms about a person who may say, you know what, Brett, I love the term soulmate. I love to refer to my girlfriend or my boyfriend like that. Perfect. Go for it. Use it. Right? Same thing with a soulmate. Same thing with a divine partner. So that's fine. Whatever term you want to use, that's fine. But the whole key here is because we put so much energy into those terms, we feel that this is exactly what it has to be as soon as we label it as that. Right? So being able to look in the idea of saying that I am present with my other. I am present with this particular person who has made me feel like I have just been in bliss together. So I can call her or him my girlfriend, my boyfriend. I can call them my sacred partner. I can call them my counterpart. That's fine. Anything that you want to do, but it's understanding that the essence of what you are experiencing is clarity pertaining to the label that you place upon it. So it's not about the feeling that the label is going to define my relationship. It's about the relationship that defines the label. And that's really looking at it in that particular type of context. You are here to help each other expand. You're here to help each other. You're here to really look into the assistance, to the love, to the growth, to the expansion that you are capable of exploring yourselves. And if you can do that, no matter what you call it, it truly is yourself that you're working with. Again, he or she representing that part of yourself, coming back into that energy and realizing there are no separation. There's no separations here whatsoever. I'm here with my goddess. I'm here with my God. I'm connecting harmoniously. I'm aligning to their energy, and I'm ready to be of assistance to them, whether I'm with them or not, because that is what love is all about. You're here to show that love, that appreciation for the goddess, for the god. Again, you have to really look into the idea about what it is to be a goddess. Again, we are looking at particular terms here, absolutely. But we need to understand exactly how sacred does everything that I understand equal the value pertaining to that label. So if I'm saying to you right now, look at a goddess, what does a goddess represent to you? You have to flow back into a state of relationship about how you know that label to be. But here's the thing, you can reinvent that label. You can make the goddess more of a wonderful criteria, more of a wonderful definition through the experience that you go through, rather than feeling that, well, okay, here's what a goddess is, this, that, and the other thing, right? And that's a simple definition. We can always look it up and say, okay, here's the god, here's the goddess. But it's really being able for you to live into the understanding about how you treat your goddess, how you treat your god, and how you're able to connect together and feel the enrichment of that moment, because goddess has no definition. God has no definition. It's the idea that the expression in regards to the highest level that you can possibly imagine through what you enact in as example through the relationship is your own definition of the goddess and the god. And that's it. So being able to realize that your own definitions pertaining to such forms are all based upon the example of how you perceive it. So you need to perceive exactly what the goddess means to you. You need to perceive exactly what the god means to you. You have an idea. You know it's something that's so exceptionally sacred. You know it's something that's so pure, but you need to experience it for yourself. And that's the love that you are attempting to hold, pertaining to the goddess and the god together. And again, this is what the relationship is. We want to feel that we want to have that loving partner so much, but we need to really experience it through ourselves. We need to firstly, again, fall in love with ourselves. As we fall in love with ourselves, now we're able to look into that essence of attracting that other and feeling how we are helping to grow and to prosper and to expand ourselves through the natural love and the knowingness that this partner is a part of myself and vice versa. And we are working together to fulfill that love and that sacred relationship. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson. Any questions pertaining to this topic or any other topics contained on my channel, please feel free to contact me, info@consciousmatrix.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you again soon. Namaste, and may it be well with you. Goodbye.